Hey, welcome back to From Scratch Ranch. In this video, I'm going to show you how I built this shelf for our microwave out of black iron pipe for just over $100. This elevated our microwave up off the counter and gave us much more counter space to work with and created this great workstation for coffee and toast. So stay tuned to check out this easy DIY project you can do yourself. For this project, I used all 1-inch black iron pipe and fittings because I really wanted that meatier, stronger look and feel to this shelving unit. So what we have here are 4 18-inch pipes threaded on both ends. These were about $10 a piece, so a total of $40 just right there. Then we have 2 6-inch threaded pipes, and those are for the vertical supports. These are the horizontal, those are the vertical. And those were about $4 a piece. Then I've got my 90-degree angles. Those are around $3 or so. And then these expensive floor flanges. These were about almost $8 a piece. So that's kind of pricey for what that is. So I have all of these pipes that I'll assemble, and then I'm going to mount it to the wall using these 3.5-inch lag screws. They're around 60 cents a piece or so. And those are going to be on the vertical holes here in the floor flange. I'm going to use these against the wall, put those 3.5-inch in to anchor it in, and then I'm going to use the 1-inch lag bolts here for the holes on the sides because it's just going to go on the drywall, and it's more for looks than anything, just to fill that hole in because there's nothing behind there to support it, and the 2 vertical lag bolts will be enough. I also did buy some black paint because these pipes are not meant for decorative purposes, so they're all beat up, and I just want to get them cleaned up in a nice black color. And then I've got my wood there. I have 1 by 8, they're 8 inches wide, that I've cut to 32-inch lengths and then painted them. I got 4 of them. So I'm going to double them up on each shelf. So these are 18 inches. I'll have 2 8-inch boards, so for 16 inches. In between the 2 fittings that'll sit on here. So it'll be a shelf that is 2 shelves that are 32 inches wide by 16 inches deep. All right, so the grand total then comes to about $120. It cost me about $120 to purchase all of this. And that's not including tax, so then you add your tax on top of that. So that does seem a little pricey for just 1 shelf, but it does take the place of a cabinet, an upper cabinet that would be there. I think it's gonna look a lot nicer, it's gonna look cooler for sure. And a cabinet, could cost $200–300. So when you look at it that way, it is going to be cheaper. But I'm sure you can possibly do this with smaller pieces. Some of those decorative ones might be a little bit cheaper, save a few bucks, but I wanted it to look a little meatier, so I got the heavier duty stuff, which was a little bit pricier. All right, let's go paint these pipes that black color and let that dry so we can get started. Okay, so in order to paint these things, I want to stand them on end. That way I can paint all the way around them and get the whole thing. If I lay them down, there's no way to really paint that, right? So these 6-inch ones, easy, I can stand those up and paint them. But these taller ones, there's just no way. I'm not gonna trust that to balance properly. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use these lag bolts, and I've got this extra piece of 4x6, it's heavy, and I'm just gonna throw a couple lag bolts, or 6 lag bolts across this beam here. And I have these left over from another project also. And then I'll be able to just slip the pipes right over it, and that should hold it up while I paint it. First, I'm gonna drill my pilot holes, so 6 pilot holes. I don't have to go very deep. I want them to stick out quite a bit and just be sturdy enough to hold the pipe up. All right, there we've got our stand. Okay, let's see if it'll hold up a pipe. Perfect. I put the lag bolts in for the smaller 6-inch pipes also, just so they wouldn't fall over. I don't want them to get knocked over. Okay, great. So now I'm gonna rough up this with a little bit of sandpaper, and then we'll go outside, set this up, and paint them.
I'm just roughing this up a bit just to kind of knock off any loose, like dirt or whatever may be on there. Just help the paint stick. Okay, time to paint. Shake this up really good. Good.
So this is the location of our microwave right here, and this is a freestanding microwave, not a built-in. We got this because we're going to put it up on some shelves. I had the electrician wire me an outlet up here that is a dedicated circuit just for the microwave. So we need to put our shelf right about here so that the microwave can sit on top of that and the outlet being behind it. It's going to be a double shelf, so that shelf below will have the coffee mugs and whatnot on there, and that'll free up all of this counter space here that we really need because we don't have much counter space. All right, now that the microwave's moved, you can see there isn't definitely an outlet back here, which is great because that's going to be where the coffee maker and the toaster will be, and then the dedicated circuit up there for the microwave. All right, the first thing I'm going to assemble are the vertical pieces because there's going to be an elbow on both ends of it. So I'm going to do that first, and it's just a matter of screwing that elbow on.
So this is just pretty straightforward. Screwing it on both ends. And make sure they're facing the right way, the same way. Okay. Next one. I mean, really, this is really simple. Okay. Now I've got my floor flanges I'm going to use as my mounts to the wall. So I'm going to put all 4 of these on top of these long pieces, my horizontal pieces.
Okay.
Right, so with this simple design, it's really easy to then just put these pieces on. Oop. And you want to fully assemble this before you put it on the wall because you won't be able to turn the pipes to thread it. Okay, so there's one of them. And the way that's going to work is then I'm going to mount these like so. And then put the shelves across them. Okay, so now I need to find my studs because I need to mount these 2 things to the 2 studs that are here. This is 32 inches wide, and I know I have a stud on the left-hand side of this outlet here, and then 16 inches over from that will be another stud, so it's perfectly centered on this piece of countertop. So, just using my stud finder, just to confirm, yes, the stud is right here. And then 16 inches over, I should run into another stud. Okay, so one of the things I need to do is now make sure that my holes are lined up properly. So like this one here, I need to turn it just a little bit, like unscrew it just a bit to make sure that I'm perfectly vertical with those. Okay, and same with this one. Okay, so now I need to mark my first hole. So I know my stud is right here. I'm gonna put this right up against that outlet plate and mark my hole right there, right there. I'm gonna drill my 2 pilot holes there first, and then I'll come back, make sure it's plumb, and then do the other 2. right, so now to see if the bottom is lined up right, I'm just gonna check for plumb. There you come. So for these screws on the side, I'm just gonna put these little short ones in, and they're just more for looks than anything. Okay, so to find my placement on here on this stud, I'm gonna use my level. Right here, where that bolt is right there, and I'm level, and the bolt right here. Okay, and then we'll check for plumb. Right there. That looks pretty strong. Okay, now I'll finish off these decorative bolts. Now I got my 1x material for my shelving. Just kind of lay that in there. So this one I'm gonna have set back like that. The top one, like so. Plug it in. Shelf over on the side now here too. Put stuff on. Okay, now the coffee maker, the toaster, coffee mugs.
All right, so for $130, you can get your microwave off the countertop also. With just a few simple supplies you can buy at Home Depot or Lowe's, and it's pretty easy to assemble. So if you like this video, make sure you hit the subscribe button and hit that alert bell if you want to stay up to date on everything we're doing out here at From Scratch Ranch. So until next time, keep living the dream.